Hi all, welcome to the second tutorial of automating a web browser using Selenium WebDriver with language Ruby. So I'm going to cover three topics today, that is identify objects using Locator in Selenium, working with checkbox, radio button, link button and drop down, running an end-to-end test in Firefox browser. Selenium has major 8 types of locators, that is ID, name, XPath, CSS, tag name, class, link text, partial link text. So to test our web elements, that is checkbox, radio button, link button and drop down, I have created one HTML web page that I'll be using today for automating it on Firefox browser. So just I'll navigate there. So I'll just go to my local folder where it is placed. So you can see the file name, that is automation.html. I'll just right click and open it in Firefox browser. So you can see this particular HTML file with the name automation.html, which is placed in path, that is this path. So this particular HTML file is designed as per some institute that offer automation testing courses. So this particular website has a title which says welcome to automation world, and the para is like welcome to automation world dot dot dot. We have multiple courses to offer in testing. Please select the course offered below. There are three radio buttons, that is manual, automation and performance. So you can select any of these, and let's say you select automation over here, then there is a drop down which says select your courses. So you'll just select a course over here. Let's say I want to select Selenium WebDriver. You select that. Then there is again a text which says select the feature you want to learn. Let's say I want to learn web browser automation. Sorry. I'll say I'll check that. Then there is a web edit or a text box which says tool version, which tool you want to learn. Let's say I want to learn 2.44 version of Selenium WebDriver. Then there is a web button which says submit. So you'll submit on this, the form will get submit, and there is a link called Google search. So when you click on this link, it will navigate to you to Google page. So before going forward for automation, I just want to show you this HTML page in our notepad format. So I'll just open this particular HTML page in notepad++. So once this page is loaded, I think you can correlate it very well with the web browser. So you can just see it like the the title of the page says welcome to automation world, and it is welcome to automation world over here. Again, if I say, so there are three radio buttons. There are three radio buttons over here that are these with the values manual, automation, performance, same as here. There is a drop down with an ID, that is courses, and the value of the drop down is QTP, Selenium IDE, Selenium RC and Selenium WebDriver. That is same over here. Then there is a line or a para which says select the feature you want to learn. It is over here. There is three checkboxes, that is web browser automation, framework designing and reporting. These are over here. And there is one text box with ID tcheck, and the title of the checkbox is tool version, and it is here. And now there is a button with the value, that is submit. Here is the button, and a link with the title is Google search. Google search is here, and it is navigating you to google.com. So this is a sample HTML web page that we have designed for today's class. So just we'll start automating it. So for starting it, we'll just launch Eclipse. So just launch Eclipse over here. It is launched. I'll just select my workspace. The workspace is selected. So this is a yesterday's code. So I'll just create one more Ruby file that is in the same folder. I'll just right click on the folder, go to new, then go to file, and just I'll name the particular file as, let's say, Firefox test with RB extension, that is Ruby file. Hit enter or click on finish. Once you finish it, you'll get a Ruby file over here with a Ruby icon. So now we'll start with our automation. So before starting an automation, we have to import some Ruby files or Ruby jar, you can say. So I'll write require Ruby gems. Then I'll write require Selenium WebDriver Once it is done, I'll create a object of Firefox class. So I'll just comment this over here. So I'll write driver Selenium Webdriver dot for Firefox. So this will create an object of Firefox. Now I want to navigate to our object or our site. Navigate to automation.html. So I'll just type driver dot navigate dot to, and I'll give the path where the file is placed. So I'll just again go back to our Firefox browser. I'll just copy this path. I'll come to this Eclipse again and I'll paste it there. So it's pasted over here. So now we're able to launch a browser with this particular title. So I'll just put a sleep of, let's say, 3 seconds over here, and I'll just give a print statement saying um, the browser is launched. So this is done. Okay, so after this, so I'll again go back to the page. So let's say I want to select this particular radio button. So for spying this particular radio button, or spying for this particular um, locators, we're using a locator for this particular web element, that is a radio button. I'll just click F12 in the keyboard, and you can see this developer tool that opens in the lower side of the browser. Just click on this arrow icon which says pick an element from the page and navigate it to any object you want to spy. So I just click on this particular radio button next to automation. After clicking it, you can see this blue line that comes in the bottom of the browser which says input class automation type radio value automation input. So I want to select this thing, so I'll just copy this particular class name because I'm going to select it via class locator. So I'll copy it, that is automation. I'll again go back to Eclipse and I'll type driver dot find sorry driver dot find underscore element, and I'll type class and the value. It is here. So first I want to check whether the web element exists or not. So I'll type dot displayed. It's done. So this particular thing returns a boolean value if it is true. So I'll just put it inside a if loop. If this displays, go inside the loop, and then we want to check the particular radio button, go inside the loop and click and give output statement saying automation radio button is selected. If in case this condition is not true over here, then just give a put statement saying automation radio button is not displayed. So this particular section of code is used for checking a radio button with automation text. So, so this code is done for automation. Now I want to select this drop down. So again, I'll just inspect this drop down using developer tool. I'll just click on that thing. So you can see this drop down has a ID with name courses. So first I'll check whether this drop down exists or not. So again, I'll go to the same code. I'll copy this entire text to save our time. I'll just paste it here and I'll just check check the drop down is displayed. So it is done. So we'll again go here. So we are going to spy it, or we are going to identify it with ID locator. So I'll just copy the ID. I'll paste it here and I'll put it here like this. So if this is done, come inside the loop, and now I'm going to check for an element that is Selenium WebDriver and select it. So I'll again type a code. I'll write driver dot find underscore elements. So over here you can see there are n number of option elements over here. That is a tag name. So I'm going to take all the tags with the value option. So I'm just writing over here tag underscore name with the value that is option. So I'll type option and I'll save it over here in options. So I'll get all the list of tag name which has options, and I'll save it in options value. And now I'm going to navigate in each of the options. So I'll write options dot each space do. Let's say even, I'm iterating it with the value even. So now I'll put if loop over here, and I'll say if even dot text equal to I'll navigate to Firefox back again, and I want to check for a value which is Selenium WebDriver. So I'll go back to the Eclipse and I'll type it here. So what this code does is it will check in all the option values which has tag as option, and it will check for the text in each of the option with value Selenium WebDriver. If it exists, it will go inside the if loop, and it will do even dot click. Once it is done, it will come outside and it will do break. So now if the value is there, it will just simply select the value and it will come down, and we will be able to select a value. So again, we'll go back to our Firefox. We are here. Again, do I inspect on the checkbox. So I'll just doing an inspect on web browser automation. So you can see this web browser automation checkbox has an ID with value webcheck. So again, I'll copy the same code from here and I'll paste it here for saving time. So it is like checking a checkbox with value web browser automation. So I'm going to use ID locator over here. I'll just select the value that is web check, paste it here. It's an ID. Again, I paste it here. It's an ID. If it exists, go inside this loop and click the web element whose ID is web check, which is this checkbox that is web browser automation. And we're just going to give a print statement saying web browser automation checkbox is checked. And if in case this statement fails, give a statement saying automation checkbox is not displayed. So again, we'll go back to this thing. So we are done till here. Now I want to check for this particular text box. So I just again spy this text box. So you can see this text box is in input tag with ID as tcheck. So I'll go back to Eclipse. Same thing, we'll copy the same code again to save time. Then we'll write as enter text in tool version text box. We'll go back to Firefox. We'll select this particular thing, that is the ID value. I'll go back here in the Eclipse. I'll paste it here. I'll paste it here. So it's like driver find element whose ID is tcheck. If it displays, it comes inside and it will click on this text box. Since it is a text box that is over here, We don't want to click it. We want to enter a value that is 2.44. So I'll again go back to Eclipse. So in case of text box, we'll just delete click and we'll type dot send underscore keys space. I'll type 2.44 that you want to enter there. Once it is done, we'll simply put a statement saying 2.44 is enter in tool version text box. If in case this statement fails over here, just give a put statement saying tool version text box is not displayed, and it is done. So again we'll go back to Firefox. Now it's time to inspect our web button. I'll inspect the web button. So again the web button comes under input tag over here with class name upload. We'll go back to our code back. We'll go back here. We'll again copy this set of code, paste it here to save time, and this one is click upload button. So we'll go back to Firefox. The class name is upload. We'll go back to Eclipse. We'll paste it here. Since it's a class, so I'll just type class over here. So now we'll check if driver.findElement class name is upload, then go inside. So we'll again copy the same code. It's done. So since this is a web button, we have to click on this. So we'll go here and we'll type a click operation. So I'll remove the send keys. I'll type click, give a statement saying upload button is clicked. If in case this statement fails, that is the button is not displayed, go to else part, say upload button is not displayed. It is done. Go to Firefox again, inspect this particular link. So you can see the link comes under a tag name called A. So you want to click on this particular link. So now we'll go back to Eclipse. We'll copy this code again. We'll paste it here and we'll say click on Google search link. Again go back to Firefox. The text of this particular link is Google search. We'll copy this thing. We'll go back to Eclipse. We'll paste it here. Now it's a link text. So I'll type link underscore text. So what does this element does is like it will do if Webdriver dot find element link text Google search, means if there is an element with link whose text is Google search, go inside this loop and click on this links. So I'll just copy this, just paste this over here, type dot click, and we'll give a put statement saying Google search is click, or better say Google search link is clicked. Else if this link is not exist, display display Google search link is not displayed. So now we're ready with our code. So if we see this particular code, we are doing many operations over here. That is launching a browser, navigating it to this particular URL, then checking a radio button with value automation, selecting a drop down, checking a checkbox, then entering some value in a text box, clicking on a button, and then clicking on a link. So for a better experience, we'll just give some sleep statement in between of every operation. So I'll give a 3-second sleep everywhere. So it is done. So now we'll run this thing. So I'll again resize it, right click on this thing, run as, run script. Now you can see the script is running. The browser is launched. Let's navigate to the particular thing. It's waiting for 3 seconds now. Automation radio button is selected. 3-second wait. Then there is a drop down is selected. 3-second wait. Now the checkbox is selected. Again 3-second wait. Now there is value 2.45 entered over here. 3-second wait. Submit is selected, and now the link Google search is clicked. So you can see the browser is loading and it is navigating you to Google search page. So Google page is loaded over here, and now we can see the result of a test. If you go here, you can see browser is launched, automation radio button is clicked, web browser automation checkbox is checked, 2.44 is entered in the tool version text box, upload button is clicked, Google search link is clicked. So I think we have executed all the planned tasks for this session, and it all works fine. So thanks a lot for joining for this session. Please remember to subscribe this channel. Thanks a lot. Bye.